a shirt. I don't need a shirt. This is YouTube. I bet. So look, we're gonna be talking about what is a program. You heard? This might be one of the most important videos you ever watch. Listen, just because I don't got these cards out, you know what I'm saying, don't mean I don't got intel for you to don't mean I don't got downloads for you. You feel what I'm saying? Because this is all coming from my higher self. Anyways, today we're gonna be talking about what is a program. All right. So first thing you must understand is if you incarnate down here on this 3D realm, everything is a program. All right. From down to every single word, down to every single syllable, that is a program. I'm gonna show you, right? So for instance, when you get to the governmentality, aka the government, which again is another program. That word is a program. All right. So first off, let's slow down. Let's get to a program. What is a program? You must understand that your mind is technology. You feel me? And let's not say technology. Your mind is advanced technology. Okay. It is metaphysical technology. Okay, boom. So you have your higher self and you have your lower self, right? What does that mean? So as you know, you're here on the third dimension. You feel what I'm saying? Let that sink in. You're on the third dimension. So what you must understand, when you're in this vessel, this is your lowest self. You feel me? This is straight up your lowest self. So what you must understand, right? When you incarnate down here, there's mad programs. So the word program is not bad. You feel me? Program itself is not the problem. You feel me? It's not the program. It's the intent in which the program is set out. And it's not just the program, it's who has access to the program. What you must understand about a program, chosen, is everyone has access to a program. Okay? So when I say that word governmentality, that's a program. I'm gonna show you why it's a program. All right, look. So I'm down here, right? If I want to be the presidential, I gotta speak in codes. If I want to be the big P, aka y'all know what that means, I cannot get on stand and expose everything that's going on right now. I can't, because it goes against the program. It goes against the program of the matrix. So what you must understand is when it comes to your voice, right? There's a certain way you're supposed to speak when you're in the program. You feel what I'm saying? You will get attacked if you're not speaking the way that the guided lines are in the program, aka the matrix, right? The matrix program. Because like I just said, there is many different programs. There is many different programs. You feel what I'm saying? There's not just one program. You have programs from your higher self, and you have programs from your lowest self. But you must understand down here, the programming is very deep, and you don't want to get caught into these programs, all right? Because we're going to get into identity. You feel what I'm saying? What it does to your identity, aka I, okay? And when you start getting attached to different programs, for instance, let's use the word spiritual, all right? Because my cousin told me this yesterday. So he basically said like, oh, you refer to yourself as spiritual. I'm like, I don't. You feel me? Because I don't. You feel me? Yeah, I do readings and stuff, but that doesn't mean that I'm spiritual. You feel what I'm trying to say? So what basically I asked him when he said, "Oh, you spiritual?" I basically told him, I'm like, all right, so what do you consider a spirit? I'm like, do you consider yourself spiritual? And he was like, okay, I have a spirit. He was like, yeah, because he's like, basically everything spiritual. I'm like, okay then. So what you must understand, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, down here, you're having a spiritual experience. Whether you want to acknowledge it or not, you're having a spiritual experience. Okay? So first thing you must understand, right? With this governmentality, this government, what they do, the programming, bro. So if I lock in with this program of the government, right? What you gotta understand is everyone has access to that. You feel me? Everyone has access to that program. So to you, the government can be like just a certain race, but to the government could be extraterrestrials mixed with this race. To someone else, the government might be this. It's a program. You feel me? So down to this controller. You see this controller right here? What is it? We call it a controller because that's the program we gave it. You feel me? This should not have no name. We should not put no title on anything. You shouldn't even put a title on yourself. When you start putting a title on yourself, you start programming yourself. So it gets deep into the program. So I want to get into it and why it gets deep. You gotta be aware, chosen, of all these beings that are let's say tapped into a program. All right. So I know a lot of y'all have you want to watch people's words. You feel what I'm saying? And it's important to go into your intuition because when you're around certain folks, you want to feel them out. You feel me? If your soul, right? So me and cousin was talking, he basically said He's like, everything has free will. We all have free will. And then I kind of thought of it. I'm like, nah. I'm thinking in my head like, do we all have free will? And I'm just thinking of it. It's like they want you to feel like you don't have free will. We all have free will, down to the lowest dimension all the way up to the highest dimension. But as long as you're down here on the third dimension, you don't have free will. No. It's not that you don't have free will. That free will is so limited. And he was like, nah, that's not true. I'm like, bro, if you are the president, you feel me? And you go, right? If I go and I become the presidential, you feel me? I have to speak a certain way. Therefore, I'm not acting in my highest self. Therefore, my free will is limited. You feel me? So you must understand, right? This program, bro, this shit runs so deep. They want you on all these different programs. They run different programs on your brain. Y'all are the reason you feel like you carrying weight around is because you've been programmed. I repeat, the reason you feel like you carrying weight around, bro. Yeah, let's type the screen. You heard? Let's type the screen. The reason you feel like you carrying weight around is because you've been attached to different programs. You're attaching yourself to different programs. Again, you call yourself spiritual. That's a program. You feel what I'm trying to say? So every word down here is a program. And so, like I said, these beings that feed off of our energy, right, that exist on these lower dimensions, bro, is like they got more, he didn't say power, but they're stronger than us. I'm like, bro, that's the program. The program is they want you to think that they're stronger than you. How are they stronger than us if they sit below us? We are higher than them. Like, let that sink in. We are higher than these beings that so-called have power over us. Let that sink in, bro. Like, we are way higher than these beings. We exist on a higher dimension. We have access to everything and up. They don't have access to this shit. So what they do is they feed you the program of fear. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm going to do another video on how fear doesn't keep you living. Fear keeps you dead. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the program in itself. You must understand everything in this bitch is a program. I'm talking about everything around this shit is a program, y'all. So I got my candle. I don't got my light. Anyways, let's go back to that government thing. So when you at, let's say, your work site, you're at your job, and you go in that shit and you have to act a certain way, you have to speak a certain way, does it feel like you have free will? No, your free will feels limited. So imagine how these beings feel down there. Real shit. If you walk into your job and you feel limited as fuck with your free will, imagine how them beings feel down there. You feel me? And where they fucked us up, right? Because you must understand, thoughts are programs. Thoughts are programs in itself. You feel what I'm saying? But when they started fucking us up is when they started putting words. When we started using words and labeling and attaching. You feel me? Because that's attaching yourself to something. You feel what I'm trying to say? So when you start attaching yourself to different programs, that's where you start carrying weight around. That's why y'all be carrying luggage with you. Or when you rise, you feel like sad. You rise and your mood be all over the place. Y'all are not in a constant vibration. That's not natural. You should not feel like that, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you. You should not be well, the law of duality, right? But you want to have a balance in between. There shouldn't be too much on this side, too much on that side. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have moments where a lower vibration might come through and your higher vibrations might come through. But what you got to understand is you must clear out all these programmings from your lower vibration. All right? You must clear out all these programs from your lower vibration, because the programming, bro, this shit is so deep. Like, it's a whole program. So how I want to explain this is like, bro basically showed me like, yo, we sit right here on the third dimension. We are not far from the lowest. So down here, it might feel like you have no free will because you attach yourself to these programs. You feel what I'm trying to say? If you was to detach from all them type of programs and titles and shit, then your soul would not be bound by anything. You would not be feeling and walking around and shit feeling like you holding dead weight and shit like that. That's only because you attached to that program. You feel what I'm saying? So for instance, if I was to call myself spiritual, that's a whole program. Anybody has access to that program, whether your race, whether your color, whether your being. You feel what I'm saying? So even the same thing with the governmentality. You know what I'm saying? That system in itself, that's a program, because Anybody has access to that. You feel me? You don't gotta be a certain color, certain race. Anybody has access to that. So that's something you must understand. It's something you must understand, especially if you're trying to move with your free will. You feel what I'm saying? How you ever gonna move with your free will if you're attached to different programs? You feel what I'm saying? Like, you can't move with your free will like that. That's when you're being bound to certain things and you're letting other programs dictate your actions. You feel what I'm saying? You're doing this out of a program. You feel me? When you shouldn't do that. Everything should be guided from your higher self. You feel everything should be guided from your higher self. There should be no programs running you. All right. There should be higher versions. You have higher programs that are running you, not just these lower programs. You feel me? Like, these lower programs are, for instance, so for what is a lower program? Every single word. I repeat, what is a lower program? Every single word. Okay? So what you must understand is the programming. You feel me? So God basically told me, my cousin, he was like, yo, he was like, do you know how we fell in frequency? He was like, once we started worshiping gods and all this shit. I'm like, yeah, you right. But you must understand, bro, like, we never worshiped anything outside of ourselves. As gods, we never worshiped anything outside of ourselves. Once we was given the program to worship shit outside ourselves, then we fell in frequency. We fell so low. You got to understand. You have to understand how low we fell because when it comes to animals, they still speak through telepathy, bro. They still communicate through telepathy, bro. They still speak through telepathy. They didn't fall that low. You feel me? We fell so low where we're using these words and we're attaching ourselves to different things. That's why if you really want to get down to it, always say less than necessary. My fault. And I'm going to go into it. We're going to break down the 48 laws of power real quick. You feel me? One of these is going to be always say less than necessary. Why is that a law? You feel me? Why is that a thing? Because if you say less than necessary, you are attaching yourself to the least amount of programs you could attach yourself to. If you want to experience yourself in free will and you want to be free around this shit, you can't be attaching yourself to different shit. You feel me? Your name is I am. That's why your brain only recognizes I am. There is no title to which it's bound to. Your brain does not recognize any title being bound to it because your brain is operating off your higher self. You feel me? Your brain has access to your brain is working through all these different chakras. You feel me? All these different frequencies. So, for instance, I want all of y'all on this live, like, to try. You feel me? I want y'all to try to look up into your eyes. Like, look up. You feel me? Take your eyes and look up. You feel me? You'll feel a beam. You'll feel a beam of energy. You feel me? Anybody that has ever looked up and just meditated like this, you're going to feel a beam of energy because that's your chakras. Your chakras go up. You feel me? So your higher self, you want to talk to your higher self, you got to look up into this shit. You feel me? Because the programming, bro. Let me slow down, but the programming, yeah. How we had mad people in here, we ain't get no likes yet. You feel me? I ain't tapping the screen. Y'all ain't showing no type of love. And that's the thing. That's the programming. Because y'all in my live and y'all just using I as a spiritual, as a tool for knowledge. When y'all should come on this live and treat everything like love. You feel me? I'm over there looking at the geek bar. You feel me? And the geek, like, that's a program. That's a program. That shouldn't have no name. I shouldn't have no name in which I'm bound to. This controller should not have no name. This is I am. You feel me? I am is everything and everything. I am is everything and nothing. You feel what I'm trying to say? So, y'all got to understand these programs, bruh. When you start calling yourself, even your name is a program. Your name is a whole program. You feel me? Your name is the program in which the reason I'm telling you to stay away from programs, lower vibrational programs, is because you must understand everyone has access to it. What do I mean by this? Everyone has access to the program. Okay? So my name, David, David, right? My let's say B Earth name. You feel what I'm saying? That was the name that I was given or I chose, you feel me? To break this generational curse lineage. David, David, that's a program. Why is that a program? Because anybody has access to that program. You feel me? They can alter the meaning of that program. You feel what I'm trying to say? So when you come down here, the reason this shit is so difficult is because of all these programmings. And then when we call our power back, we realize, oh shit, we should have been using our discernment the whole time. You feel me? When you use your discernment around these programs, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how you use your discernment. First off, if you chosen, right? If you awoken, you can't be around too many people. I don't care what you say, you can't be around too many people for too long. Because if that heart chakra is open up, you should understand that not everybody's on that frequency. Unless you are around and you manifested the right folks. 444, shout out to the ancestors. You feel me? Shout out to the ancestors. Shout out to the ancestors. Shout out to the angelic realm. Shout out to All Star Family. Shout out to I. You feel me? Because that's even a program. Shout out to I Am. You feel me? I Am. So I had the program yesterday, right? It was like, you know how y'all be talking? And then you be like, oh, I'm talking to myself. That's a program. That's a program. Why is that a program? Because they want you to keep everything within. I told y'all, they don't like when we use our voice. My voice is an esophagus, right? This esophagus is a portal. This is a straight connection to my soul. So once I activate this, it's over. You feel me? This right here is one of the most powerful. Your throat chakra is one of the most powerful chakras on this realm. Facts. Is one of the most powerful chakras because with your throat chakra, with your voice, you have the power to change. You have the power to speak intent. You feel me? With not only that, you have the ability to transmute and alchemize intent. What do I mean by that? Your thoughts. You feel what I'm saying? Your thoughts, right, are playing out, right? Your thoughts are like, I saw God, he told me, thoughts are visions. You feel what I'm saying? Thoughts are actual, let's say, timelines playing out in your head. You know what I'm trying to say? Let's say thoughts are they're alive. You feel me? They're vibrations. They hold a frequency. So what you must understand about the thought itself is when you start speaking the thought down into here. So for instance, everything I'm doing right now is channeling this energy, right? But once I start channeling this energy and I start bringing it down here, now it's more vulnerable to all this programming. So that's why it's very important. Always speak less than necessary. Always say less than necessary. I don't care what is going on. Say less than necessary because it's going to be harder for you at the end of the day when you're trying to discern. You feel me? You walk right into a room. The first thing you do is start speaking. Now you're attaching yourself to all these programs. Now when it's time for you to discern the energy, it's going to be harder for you. It's going to be a lot harder for you rather than somebody who is sitting in the back observing and just feeling everything out with his intuition. You feel me? You feel what I'm saying? Feeling everything out with his heart chakra. There's a difference. There's a whole difference. You feel what I'm saying? That's why they say always speak less than necessary. Because the less programming you attach yourself to, the better. You feel what I'm trying to say? So again, the governmentality, that system is a program. Every word here is a program. And like, you got to look at it, bro. Everything is a program. We have a name for everything. You feel what I'm saying? We have a name for this. This is a tissue. You feel me? You feel me? This is a headphones. This is a controller. Now I start attaching it and treating this shit a certain way. My fault. My fault. My fault. What I'm trying to say is we come down on that frequency of love. And if you could feel there's living programs around you. There's living programs around you, bro. This is all a program. Your mind is running a program on you right now. But the thing about it, when you get deep into it and you keep going into these lower programs, for instance, this is a sock. So what do I start do? I start treating it like a sock. But you must understand when the governmentality made this program, anybody has access to a program. That's the first thing you must understand. Everybody has access to a program except for everyone has access to a program. Everyone has the ability to tap into a program. What do I mean by that? I'm going to use my name, for example. David, David. If I go and I go to the root meaning of what does David mean, everyone has access to that program. They can alter the meaning of that program. But within the matrix system itself, right? What you got to understand between the matrix system itself is it's so fucking low. It's such a low frequency of programming. It's not even funny. It's not even funny how low that frequency is. So that's the little download I got, how everything around this shit is a program. I want to share that with y'all because y'all got to understand, like, y'all got to detach yourselves from every single... Y'all want to really, like, experience blissness and love? You have to detach yourself from everything. And that doesn't mean not, detachment. Y'all got to understand what detachment is. The law of detachment is very, very similar to the law of duality. Once you detach from everything, right? You are now attached to your inner self. You feel me? You're no longer attached to the external world, which is how they want you to view this shit. So once you're in attached to your inner self and you're working off the heart chakra, which is the frequency of love, then that will reflect outside. You won't be feeling love. You will be feeling love for everything around you, whether it's your toenail, whether it's any of this. Again, those are programmings. For everything around you, it is what it is. It is I am. You feel me? There is no um you see? Because then you get the shirt, right? You got to understand how a program runs, bro. A program is similar to spirit. It's for eternity. You feel me? It's for eternity. So when I set this program out, right, to make this a shirt, right? Now, over the programming, right, over the days, say I wear the shirt. I feel good. You know what I'm saying? Next day I wear the shirt. Don't like it. Other day I wear the shirt. Kind of mess with it. Next day I put on the shirt. I ain't messing with it. You start feeding into the program. That's a program. You feel me? The word shirt is a program. I just told y'all every single word down in this realm is a program. You feel me? And that's exactly why dogs, cats, that's exactly why animals do not use words. They are still communicating through telepathy. Because you must understand, telepathy is how we anciently spoke. You feel me? Not even anciently. Telepathy is how we communicate. You feel me? We don't use words. We don't use words. You feel me? We fell in frequency again when they gave us the programming to attach ourselves to things outside of ourselves. You feel me? That's when we fell in frequency. So what I'm telling you is to take back that programming, to get off that programming. And y'all gotta realize too, a lot of people be in their egos. You feel me? Your ego wanna attach itself to different programmings to keep itself safe, to make itself feel like it's gaining something, to make itself feel like it's strong. You feel me? You calling yourself spiritual because you think like the beings around you are not spiritual. You feel what I'm saying? Or you calling yourself enlightened because you feel like the beings around you are not. You feel me? That's a program. That's a program they want you to feed into. That's a program. You feel me? Even with the whole shit with the parents, right? A lot of y'all have karmic ties and y'all just go through shit with y'all family. You feel me? That's a program. Because at the end of the day, you are having a spiritual experience. Whether you want to acknowledge it or not, this is a spiritual experience. You all have spirit. You feel what I'm trying to say? So what you must understand, your fight or your battle or nah. The dis-ease within your system is not caused by the vessel, is by the spirit that lies within that vessel. So if your parents, you trying to manifest the future for yourself, you feel what I'm trying to say? And say that it doesn't align with their frequency. It just doesn't align with their frequency. Because what we got to stop doing is feeding into the program. Feeding into the program, bro. If somebody is not on your timing, bro, it is what it is. Don't attach yourself to them and don't keep programming yourself and attaching yourself. Because the moment you start, look, for instance, say somebody pissed me off, right? Say somebody gave me the wrong side eye. You feel what I'm saying? And say somebody gave me a side eye on the street. You feel me? And I was like, oh, fuck you, this stupid thing, da 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 da. I just programmed the fuck out of myself. Now when I'm moving, now as soon as I finish saying that shit, now all the attachment, I just attach myself to that person. I just attach myself to the program. Every single program I name, fuck, bitch, all that, that's program. Every single word here is a program. You feel me? The word New York City, program. You feel what I'm trying to say? Everything around here is a program. Bag, that's a program. Oh my God, I'm sorry for slapping. Yo, I love everything around, dog. Truly. You feel me? And the reason it's hard for you to love everything around you is because the program. There's so much fucking programming around you, bro. That that frequency, bro, you gotta understand, bro. There's so much programming around this shit, bro. That's why it's so difficult for some beings to stay in the frequency of love, or they get distracted, they get tempted, they get programmed, they start attaching themselves more and more. You want to rise every day and you want to be detached from the whole world. You feel me? From this whole existence. Why? Because everything you need is within. So if everything you need is within, the moment you detach yourself, You are now back to self. When you detach yourself from all the programming, bro, you come back to spirit. You feel me? You come back to your spirit. You come back to spirit, just straight up. And like I said, we are all spiritual. We are all having a spiritual experience. That does not mean you have to call yourself spiritual. No, because that's a programming. Who has access to that programming? Everybody. Everybody has access to a program, bro. So you are having a spiritual experience. You don't need to call yourself spiritual because that's a program. That's a program. Everyone has access to the program. So what does that mean? They could tamper with the frequency. They could send out low vibrations. They could put high vibrations. But as long as you attach to it, you're going to be fighting off them spirits, whoever had access to the program. You must understand you are right here on the third dimension. The second and the first dimension is right below you. You are not far from all the bullshit. You are not far from the bullshit. You're right here on the third dimension. You are not far from the bullshit. That's why life feels the way it does. That's why you feel spiritually attacked. Because you're right here in your lowest self around all the bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? But little do y'all know, your higher self be trying to tap into y'all every single day. You feel me? Your higher self be literally sending y'all synchronicities and signs every single day. That's all from your higher self. Did you know that? Did you know that that's a manifest? That's a synchronicities, and everything within that is from within. Did you know that? Did you know that that's all a reflection from your higher self? Those be signs from your higher self. You feel me? So, like I said, if you want to tap into your higher self, you will put your eyes up into your head and you're going to feel the energy. You feel me? You're going to feel the energy. You're going to feel something. You're going to feel the energy you ain't feel. When you're looking straight, you don't feel this energy. You don't feel this energy. Because when you look up, that's up towards your highest self. You feel me? Your highest self exists on higher dimensions. You feel what I'm trying to say? So if I'm looking up into this, see my highest self continue to be. You feel what I'm saying? Continue to be. You feel me? You're going to get messages and downloads from your highest self constantly. So you got to understand, you don't need anyone to guide you on this realm. You are your guide. Yeah. You know how we be like spirit guides and stuff? Spirit guides are literally a manifestation, right? Spirit guides are a reflection of your spirit. Spirit is for eternity. Whoever has access to that program can fuck with it. See what I'm trying to say? How everything's a program. Spirit guides. That word is a program. And you attach meaning to that program. But you must understand, everyone has access to the program. We all have access to programs. As long as you have a motherfucking brain, you have access to a program. So this was a video to show you. You feel what I'm saying? I just wanted to show y'all and reflect, to show y'all to detach from the programming. You can enjoy everything, experience everything, but don't attach yourself to nothing. Be bound by nothing. Love everything. I repeat, be bound by nothing and love everything. You feel me? Because you can experience that abundance if you're attaching yourself to the program. You feel what I'm trying to say? If you're attaching yourself to the program. So again, a program is running, right? It's a running vibration from your higher self. Those are your higher programs. Your lower programs is a running vibration from your lower self. You feel what I'm saying? But you must take accountability. All right? Because as long as you blaming people, you are programming yourself. Blame. The word blame is a program, bruh. Everything is a program, bruh. And let me tell you what it does. When you start programming, for instance, they put out the word phone. They gave this thing, they gave this phone, they gave this beautiful, you don't have to call it phone. They gave this beautiful girl right here the name phone. You feel what I'm trying to say? They gave this beautiful girl the name phone. You see what I'm trying to say? How they program us? You start calling everything by the program they gave you. And what I mean by this is they already put the intent. When they made this phone, they had the intent of what a phone is going to mean. You feel what I'm trying to say? They had the intent that the action behind the phone. Like, what I'm trying to say is, whoever put this out, right? You see the apple on the back, bit. All right. If you know anything about the story of Adam and Eve, the forbidden apple, pay attention. Look at the synchronicities. Okay. So you must understand, when they put out this phone, they gave you the programming. So once you take that programming, oh, I got a phone, you feed into the program. So everything within that program you are going to take on. You're going to take on it. Whether it's low vibration, high vibration, everything in between. Everything in the wave, you're going to take on. You feel me? You're going to take it on. So what you must understand is, you don't have to call this a phone. You don't have to be bound to that. You don't have to be bound to anything. You don't have to be bound to call this a couch. This is AM. This is everything. You see how they program us? Making us think that this is subjective. When this is everything. If I am everything and everything is I, why is this controller? You know what I'm saying? The controller is the same thing. You feel me? The controller is made up of components that I ain't made up of. You feel what I'm trying to say? People be like, nah, that's plastic. Boy, you got plastic in your DEA. You feel me? That's how much programming they put on us. You feel me? So, like I said, y'all just gotta understand, everything's a programming. Everything. You feel me? And if you really want to be bound to nothing and experience bliss, you have to detach. And once you detach, you will, the law of duality, once you detach from here, from the external world, is automatically going to attach you within. You feel me? And I say attach because when you detach from here, well, I keep saying attach within, because, like, you got to understand your spirit. You feel what I'm saying? Your spirit is eternity. So whatever vibrations dwell within your spirit that exists within your highest self and your lowest self, you have access to that. You feel me? You don't have to be bound by the so-called governmentality and the laws that they place down here. You feel me? That are the most that you don't have to be bound by the illegal laws that this whole system is ran by. The program, because you must understand, there is nothing outside of you. That's why we fell in frequency, because we start attaching ourselves to everything, bro. We start attaching ourselves to this phone. You start attaching yourself to this controller. The moment we gave this shit a name, it became a program. The moment you gave this a name, it became a program. Now you start to worship it. Little do you know you're worshiping your controller. Little do you know you're worshiping this baggie. You feel me? Little do you know you're worshiping your tarot cards just because you calling it by its name, bro. You feel me? You've been calling it tarot every single day. You've been calling the controller every single day. You've been calling the governmentality government every single day. You've been feeding the program. You've been feeding the program. So no wonder your mind is going chronicles and you can't hear your higher self. Because you're working off the programs of the lower dimensions. You feel me? As soon as you get to naming shit, that's low frequency, bro. That's low frequency. That's why always say less than necessary, bro. Always say less than necessary. Always say less than necessary. That's my message for y'all, man. I was just a little bit on what is a program. I hope y'all got the intel, and I hope y'all can sit with this vibration, because y'all must understand, I am bound to nothing. I do not hold no titles. I don't care for a title. I ain't bound to nothing around this. You feel me? I am. I ain't bound. I ain't attached. I'm detached. And I love myself. You feel what I'm trying to say? Like I said, be bound to nothing, love everything. That's my message for y'all. Peace to the collective, peace to the high vibration, raising the vibratory, the vibrations. You feel what I'm saying? That's tapping into their higher self. That's taking the moments to meditate. You feel me? That's taking the vibrations to meditate. You feel what I'm saying? That's taking the vibrations to clear out and detach. Salute to y'all. You feel me? I see y'all and I love y'all.